Hello and welcome back to Man v Film. It's time for July's Watch Pile video. Another, I would say, disappointing month, primarily because, well, my holiday ran into the start of this month, kind of put me behind. Lots of work things going on, kind of put me behind. More movies than I would have liked going into the collection, which meant more to watch to get it down. Blah, blah, blah. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Let's just get into what I've added to the collection this month, and we'll see. Well, we'll take it from there. First up, I've got a Message from Space, Masters of Cinema, probably the most dubious entry into the Masters of Cinema series thus far. Still enjoyed it, and the double crossers, which I enjoyed a lot more than I was expecting to. Full reviews for these are up on the channel. Now, three shameless titles that I had been meaning to get. Started with Strip Nude for Your Killer, which I absolutely loved. If you watched the review, you probably heard me go on about that one. I was so glad about that. Made me instantly run out and purchase two I'd missed. Killer Nun, which I know nothing about, and The Nurse, which I know even less about. There was a sale on, and I picked up one of the Italian collection I hadn't got as yet, which is Iron Warrior. I love the Italian movies. I'm picking them up anyway. I just wanted to get it. It was at a cheap price. My friend Paige sent me The Abyss in 4K. I have not seen this in a very long while, probably mid-90s. So I'm looking forward to revisit that. And one of my favourite titles of the year, A Bittersweet Life on 4K from Second Sight. I love this film so much. We'll go back to it many times. Had a great deal of fun with it. Let's keep going. I bought one movie in the Prime Day sale, and it was simply because of the price, and definitely not to do with the title, which was The Rape of the Vampires. Yep, I have picked up a Jean Rollin movie. A friend had gave me one. I bought one. I think it was £13 in the sale. I'll give it a shot. That's all I can say. Malcolm X, which I recently watched and reviewed, absolutely fantastic. It was a great 4K disc, and just a tremendous movie. Arrow Video sent me the Nico Mastaraskis collection. I was very grateful to receive this. This isn't a set for everyone. I have watched 4 of the 6 films so far. I have the other 2 lined up to watch in the next day or so. I cannot wait. They are not for everybody, shall we say. I've got reviews of 3 of the movies up so far. And like I say, 1 more to go, and then I've got the other 2 movies to watch, which I'm enjoying going through. Let's jump into the big bunch of Radiance stuff. Now, I've got a review up already for The Landlord. I loved this. I didn't think it was my kind of movie. I went into it just, a little bit of an attitude, a little bit of chip in my shoulder, going, let's see what this thing has to offer. And I just loved it. Terrific. We have Francois Truffaut's Mississippi Mermaid, which I've got lined up as one of my next few movies as well. One that I'd missed out a while ago and I went and picked up was By a Man's Face, Shall You Know Him? This was one that I didn't get at the time when it came out. I had to pick it up because, well, the Taikato movies for ratings have been exceptional, and I'm expecting much the same. And now a movie that I'm just unsure how to pronounce, so I'll probably kill it. It is Chow Pantin. Another Radiance one, which sounded really great, and I'll be getting to that soon. Talking of Taikato, or Kato Tai, we have 18 Years in Prison. Phenomenal film. I loved this one as well. It was kind of what I expected, but a little bit subversive at the same time. And probably my favourite recent Radiance release. I just adored the full set here. The Agitator. One more movie to come, Agent Trouble, which will be reviewed soon. So this is got Kill the Referee, Lutin, and Agent Trouble. All 3 very different movies. Kill the Referee is kind of like an all-night revenge kind of movie. Crazed people on the hunt, a kind of horror thriller setup. L'état is nightmare fuel, set in a small town where a couple can't seem to escape as things just get weirder and weirder. I think that may be my favourite of the set, and Agent Trouble, which was very much an espionage thriller in the form of Hitchcock, which I really enjoyed as well. Really surprised by the mocky set. I would welcome a second edition of this because it was so much fun. Okay, final company to run through now was Vinegar Syndrome titles, and I haven't even scratched the surface of these yet because everything else has been more appealing. I've been trying to get to some of the more other stuff. Vinegar Syndrome's kind of slipping down the rankings a little bit here. From their sale, I picked up Secta Sinistra as it was going out of print, as well as Beyond Evil. Two titles that I've looked at multiple times, considered, never quite pulled the trigger. A recent Dave Cloverdale release that I almost bought, and I'm glad I held off because as they're leaving Vinegar Syndrome, all the titles got reduced, so I picked up Kin Zaza, which just sounds utterly bonkers, and I'm there for that. One that I was eager to get, but not eager to watch, it seems, was The Sadness, which I've heard nothing but great things about, and I'm looking forward to throwing that one on. Now, next we have, well, I'm not really too sure what this is, but Reptilicus is the one that reminds me of, is it Gorgo last year? I think, I can't remember, my memory is shocking at the moment. I enjoyed that. Giant monster movies are something that I do like, so we'll get to that. They Call Me Macho Women was one of those ones where I looked at the cover and I thought, that looks too good. That movie's never going to live up to it. I watched the trailer. It looks incredibly stupid. Sold. From Subculture is the 4K release of Supermarked. Now, a few people I know have said that this is good. Not great, but good. So I was eager to check that out. And a couple of double pack movies we have Intrepidos Punk and Vengeance Punks. I know zero about these. And similarly, the Chinese Torture Chamber 1 and 2, I know nothing about, but curious about this one. And that's everything I picked up this month. So, let's get to what I actually watched this month. Bearing in mind that, as I said, I was away for a period of time. I had a couple of movies with me on holiday, but it's a case of if I have a quiet moment and I'm going to get time to watch it, great. I'm not forcing it because I'm on holiday. But I did watch Bandits of Orgosolo. I loved that film. That was another one of those surprising Radiance titles that I didn't think was for me, but was absolutely wonderful. I watched Poor Things, which I thought was absolutely divine. Terrific film. King Hu's Come Drink With Me, which is one of those ones I've had sitting for ages. It must be a year or two on my watch pile waiting to get checked out. I finally did it. Loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. While I was flying back from holiday, I watched a couple of easy watches. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, which was way better than it had any right to be. And it does almost lean into the kind of tropes and things that these reboots try to do. You get a child brought into it, kind of broken relationship, always going to connect. Everything else just kind of worked and worked really, really well. You get the music, which is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in here. It just brings a smile to my face when I'm watching it. The action was varied and fun. You know who the bad guy is almost instantaneously. It doesn't matter. He brings back all these familiar faces. As reboots kind of go, one of the better ones. I would be happy to see another edition of this. Definitely way better than Part 3. Under Paris I watched, and that was awful. Giant shark in the Seine. One great sequence in it when they're in the catacombs and they're all there trying to free the sharks, and they end up becoming the sharks there, which was a terrific bloody sequence, but not too much. It starts off with an opening sequence that made me despise the main character, And when the film does that within the first 5 minutes, it was really hard to win me around. So yeah. Triangle Lao Quinn was another Radiance title which I really enjoyed. It was a marathon watch, coming in 2 parts, both over 2 hours 50 minutes long, but really enjoyable. The Unseen, reviewing the channel for that, but that was a great film. The final Red Peony film was pretty great, probably my favourite in the set. Written for Your Colour was, I've got it marked as a 3.5 here, but seeing my memory, seeing I think back now, put that higher. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was sleazy in all the right ways. I thought the final line and sequence was just downright hilarious. Yeah, it feels like it should be higher for me. And then we've got a bunch of films here that were all short films on the Bandits of Orgosolo disc, The Lost World. Kill the Referee from the Moki set, which I said was terrific. More short films all the way up to here, which was the last of them. Yep, I saw Fly Me to the Moon in the cinema. Everybody was seeing Longlegs. I saw Fly Me to the Moon, and I can barely remember anything about it other than it being perfectly perfunctory. L'état was, as I said, awesome. I love that film. It was my favourite in the Moki set. I had the pleasure of taking my daughter to see Jaws. I told her we'd be doing it for a while, just waiting on it appearing in the big screen, and it was tremendous. It's a master of a film. Message from Space, which was fine. A Bittersweet Life, which was awesome. Again, my kids dragged me to see Despicable Me 4. It was not for me. I didn't enjoy it. Kids liked it. The Double Crossers, which was the Eureka disc, which was pretty great. Glengarry Glen Ross from 101 Films was another absolute cracker of a film. That's just one of those ones where you can't move. You're scared to breathe in case the characters start belittling and shouting at you while watching it. Amazing. I started the Masteraskis set with Exposure, Agent Trouble from the Moki set, then Glitch from Masteraskis. Always Be Closing was a little documentary on the 101 Films disc, which was pretty great. The Landlord, like I said, was terrific. The next one, or as it's known in the box set, The Time Traveller from Masteraskis, and another Masteraskis there, Sky High. Radiance release, 18 Years in Prison. Blind Rage was a film I watched, and it's fully available on YouTube to check out. It's one I'd heard about a long while ago. The idea of the plot captivated me. I started a new thing on the Discord page where we can kind of watch a movie that's freely available and chit-chat about it afterwards. And that was the first one I picked. I've already got a good idea what the second one's going to be this week. Deadpool and Wolverine was fine. Good action, good humour, forgettable, your typical kind of blockbustery thing. And I finished this month off with Malcolm X, which was truly fantastic. I managed to watch a good amount of movies, but not enough discs this month. Let's dive in and see what's coming out first before we get to the numbers, to see if there's anything extra that I'm going to get. Now, I'd be interested in Point Break because I do love that movie. Do I need it on 4K? I don't know. Funeral Home is something I will have to get as it continues the slasher collection. But again, I'm getting to the point where I don't need to buy these films immediately, especially seeing the discounts they achieve, or the HMV 2 for 15 sale they go into every now and again. I'm happy to wait a little bit down the line on these kind of films now. Nothing else there. I'm still not sure about On Sunday. I may pick it up at some point. I do like Denis Villeneuve. I do have a Blu-ray of it already. This is the 4K release. It's cash, it's space, it's time to watch. Everything is bringing me down. So, because I'm always a little bit hard on myself when I had a bad month. Like, I missed out on the Arrow sale. I missed out on 88 Film sale. There was things that I wanted to get, but hey, I wasn't watching enough. There has to be a line somewhere. I will absolutely be getting Your Next. I love that film. A great use of a single song within a film and how to get as much out of it as they do. It's a terrific film. Wolves, Pig and Men, I will get because it's Eureka. Of course, I'm going to get that one. Let's see. This is looking like a rather quiet month. Silence of the Lambs is too pricey. It's just too pricey for what it is. That'll be a further down the line. Same with The Bodyguard from Beijing. I don't need that immediately. I'm happy to wait. World Noir Volume 2 is an essential pickup. The first set was wonderful. I need to get that. Orgasmo Italian Collection. I may get that depending how well the month has gone. Tokujiro, Lone Yakuza, Radiance, of course. The Italian Collection from Rero Video I will be picking up because I've got the other two in this thematic trilogy and I need to get that. I've heard great things about the Italian connection. Guest Out Paradiso I have, Black Cat 2 I have, and that's not a great film. I do think I've got a review somewhere to post on that. I just haven't got to it yet. Viva la Muerte, Long Live Death. Radiance, of course, I'm interested in that. Desperado 4K is something that interests me. We shall see. I don't know if I need it. I've seen that movie that many times as well. We shall see. A Man Called Tiger, Eureka. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in all the way there. Who Saw Her Die? Another shameless release with George Lazenby. 100% sold in that. I am really interested with whatever Shameless are putting out at the moment. Their stuff is always great films that they're picking. They don't release much, and their quality of the transfers have got far better than what they used to be. So I'm all in. And I think that is it, is it? Dawn of the Mummy, which I think is film Treasures, which is up there, possibly. So this should be a relatively quietish month. I don't intend to get too many other films. I have plenty to get through, and I intend to try and get through a lot this month. It's just, sometimes you have ups, sometimes you have downs. I don't like this being as high as what it is, the watch pile. It's starting to annoy me a little bit. So I'm going to get to that. Here's the figures. Yeah, so I started at 237 this month to watch, which was up last month. I added 35 films. I watched 20 discs. 252. I don't like that. Makes me feel uncomfortable having it that high. Which is why I punish myself by not buying more movies. Because, hey, why add to a problem that's already there? Hopefully August is going to be a much better month. Fingers crossed. I have a holiday off work during this time where I'm going to be home and I'm going to watch movies. It's going to be a great holiday. There we go. That's my watch pile for August. Let me know if you've picked up anything that's interesting or anything I've picked up not watched. Let me know if I should get to it sooner and maybe I'll prioritise it. As always, it's more content. We're here. There's more content here. If you want to see more of my stuff, in the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com always, in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.